3, 2, 1.
Please stand by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hello to those of you who are feeling called to this reading in particular, mystery reading number 1179. My name is Elizabeth, and before getting into this reading, if you are a recurring viewer, you enjoy my work and you would like to help support it, feel free to do so by sticking around and hitting that subscribe button down below and ringing the notification bell next to it if you feel called to. And if you do feel called to subscribe and stick around, welcome. Thank you very much for your support in helping me reach 300 subscribers at this time, as well as your presence during this reading. So, before getting into interpreting the number 1179, I have some cards that I want to show you first, and I just now saw the number 111 on the timer, which is about having trust and faith. This could be in yourself, the universe, or whatever higher power you believe in, another person, another situation, just wherever your intuition is guiding you or calling for you to explore more, to go. And however you feel called to use your strength right now. So, the first two cards I want to show you are index cards, which I did get from this deck. I used them in a previous reading, and I was trying to move the cards, and two of them were left on the table that I just felt called to look at. And these are the two that I'm about to show you. The first one I saw was, "This feels so complicated." So maybe you're dealing with a person or a situation that is complicated. I am feeling connected to the Italian word complesso, which I'm pretty sure does mean complicated. Don't quote me on that, but I'm going to take it as complicated. This tells me that your ancestors are acknowledging a complicated situation, so I really wouldn't be surprised if this actually is about a relationship, especially family, or something to do with at home, or something connected to your sense of security or stability. The other index card that I have that says, "I want to learn more about you." So there is a complicated situation here, but it feels like there's also room to communicate, to clear the air, to eventually make things uncomplicated, as long as all parties involved are committed to understanding each other or what's really going on here. And we're just going to set these here for now. The other card that I have came from this box here, and when I opened this box, because I accidentally closed it because I wanted to reuse it for this reading, this card that I'm about to show you flipped out. And I just looked at the bottom, and there's Italian words there, so I'm really feeling connected to somebody's ancestors here, and they absolutely do not have to be Italian. For me as a reader, when I see Italian or I feel things, hear things in Italian, it's because my ancestors are trying to communicate something to me about your ancestors. That's just how reading works for me. This card, the first side says, "Take your mental health more seriously," with the number 666. So this is a call for you to pay attention to what's going on in your mind, in your heart, maybe even in your soul. Find resolution there, understanding, clarity. The number 666 is encouragement for you. You think it would be bad. It is connected to the devil, but that's because of the devil card in tarot. That has number 15 on it. 1 plus 5 is 6. So 666 here is encouragement for you to love yourself, to take care of yourself, which makes sense why it is on this Take Your Mental Health More Seriously card. I think I just did see a message as well to trust that everything happens for a reason with the number 432. And I just saw the number 444. So there's something here to learn from what's going on within you for a reason. It means something, it's significant. With the number 444, that's connected to stability and ancestors. So really reinforcing all of the ancestor talk, as well as something else that I wanted to mention. But the other side of this says, questo è molto difficile, which means that this is very difficult in Italian. So this actually lines really well with the idea of something feeling so complicated. There may be a relationship or a situation where there is a need here to have a lot of patience and understanding. But make sure you're also prioritizing what's going on within you mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And it feels like there's an opportunity here to exchange what's going on within you, within somebody else. Just an opportunity here for more clarity and more love as well. Because whenever you love yourself, you make room to receive love as well as to give love. So this one, I'm going to put it on this side. Oh no, that's easy to remember. Let's put it on this side. We're just going to set it right there. I will adjust them whenever I actually do the reading with the other cards. But yeah, those are some messages to start off this reading before I got into 1179. But now, there are 2 1s in 1179. I don't know if I already mentioned it. I don't think we saw a 111. Did we? I don't know. I see them often in readings, so sometimes I don't remember. But number 1 is about having trust and faith. I think I did see 111 actually. So this could be reinforcing what we already talked about with having trust and faith in yourself, the universe, wherever your intuition is trying to guide you, and however you feel called to use your strength right now. The number 7 is about expanding your awareness and your consciousness through lessons and learning and gaining more wisdom. Knowledge is power. It really does feel like knowledge and money compete with each other to me. Money is power, knowledge is power. It doesn't really feel like it's about the resources and more about how you use them. So it does, maybe there is some awareness or something else that you could use to your advantage to help you or to support you in some way. But in general, there could be something to learn here. To not just learn in a practical way, but also in a spiritual way, something spiritually significant here. The number 9 is about purpose and helping the world release what no longer works. If you feel a sense of purpose or to seek one out, I really, really encourage you to pay attention to that feeling. Because I believe we come here for a reason. We have the experiences that we have for a reason. I'm also feeling focused here on the idea of free will and the importance of using it wisely. Do you want to create more good for yourself and in this world, or bad? Free will is absolutely a double-edged sword. We're all powerful because of our free will. How much power we have doesn't really matter. What matters is just how we use that power, because it contributes to something greater. All of us individually, collectively using our power to collectively fight for the greater good or the lesser evil. Just know that whatever you're going through is bigger than you. And it's important that you play your part in your own life so you can play your part in the grand scheme of things, we'll say. But adding up these numbers, well, actually I do want to say, helping the world release what no longer works. If you do have to let go of someone or something, don't forget that you're contributing to something greater than you. There's morals, there's principle, there's meaning, and it matters for you and those around you. But adding up these numbers now, 1 plus 1 is 2, 7 is 9, and 9 plus 9 is 18, 1 plus 8 is 9. So there's a real focus here on the idea of purpose and helping the world release what no longer works. What you're doing here, however you choose to move forward, matters, and you don't have to know why for that to be true. That's the thing about truth. You can't change what is. You can fight it, bargain with it, but it doesn't hurt anyone but ourselves and the people around us when we do that. I think living life in truth is really just about accepting reality. Maybe in a micro sense, but also in a macro sense, with the details and the bigger picture. So to me, there's just no point in fighting the truth, because it doesn't help anyone. It doesn't make anyone happy. Really, it doesn't. It doesn't. Someone may think they're all happy because they have a lot of money or a lot of power, but honestly, if you're not doing anything meaningful with that knowledge, the wisdom, the resources, it literally means nothing. Like, it's not fulfilling. Just for anybody who sees what's happening in the world and you're like, oh my God, just know that those people in power are so miserable, and they really are not as intelligent as they want you to believe. Really, they're not as powerful as they want you to believe. Just don't forget that there's other people in the world too who are fighting the same fight as you, between good and evil, between truth and lies. And we all have to work together by playing our own part, though. Just worry about playing your part. I think that's all the universe wants us to do. Just take care of ourselves, love ourselves the way that we're supposed to, and that's all. You don't have to do some big shebang or anything. You just have to play your part by being honest. Honestly, just by being honest with yourself and those around you, which I think is interesting, given that these cards here talk about an opportunity to communicate. There really is a huge focus here on how much bigger this is than you. This number overall, 1,179, has encouraged you to have more trust, more faith, either more than you have now, or just, really, really appreciate how much trust and faith you do have right now, if you do. Or it could be both. Just appreciate where you're at and where you could be in terms of your mindset or your perspective. But there could also be something here to learn as well that you could apply practically in your own life, but also spiritually to your own beliefs. This may be an opportunity to explore your beliefs more, ideas that question things bigger than ourselves, existential questions, which can be scary and overwhelming in a way. But once we know more, that's where peace and security come from. At least feeling at peace and secure, knowing more. Because humans, all of us, we don't like the unknown, we don't like change. That's honestly why I think evil exists. But as long as you play your part, learning how to be comfortable with those things, you're solid. You don't have to worry about anyone else but yourself. So as you have seen throughout this entire reading so far, we have lots of cards on the table. We have the Secrets of Tarot cards. These boxer cards, which I got this card from, are clearly just cards that I made myself and wrote on with things that I felt called to write. These index cards, same thing. So let me just move these real quick so I can move this box and the index cards. And I can start with drawing out a tarot card for you. I also need to figure out where I want to put these. Let's do this, actually. Put this up here, this up there, and put this in the middle. I'm not trying to make it perfect, just good enough. And actually, I was curious about drawing out 2 of these tarot cards. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to stick with doing them. So I was just about to be like, oh, maybe I should just pull one because I already have all these cards at the top. But I believe that all of these cards, this reading feels like it's going to be a little bit more robust than usual. And I believe that that's happening for a reason. If you have made it this far in this reading and it has really resonated for you, I would keep paying attention. But the first card that I have is the Eight of Cups in reverse. Upright, I wrote things like disappointment, letting go, sadness, loss, action, change, regenerate, and abandonment. There's also the zodiac signs of a Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. I am feeling connected to Capricorn as well. We have the element of water. The artist wrote money problems, turning your back and walking away, knowing nothing more can be done. The number 8 itself for me is about loss, trusting that whatever is lost will be replaced. You know, it's about having the courage or the hope to let go, to move on, to accept change. But this card was in reverse like this. This is what it looks like. Don't think I've shown the card to you yet. We're going to put that card there. Let's draw another one. Oh, let me take a different one actually. I don't want to take that one. I'll take this one. Interesting. And the Three of Wands. It says expansion, preparation, plans, grow, create, and express. The zodiac signs of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, as well as the element of fire. We have fire and water here. So a lot of emotion, a lot of passion. The three are the artist of this deck wrote travel over land and surveying your kingdom. Really just looking at how far you have come. Oh, my bad. Didn't mess it up too much. Okay. My hand accidentally hit the camera. But the number 3 is about, I wanted to say the word truth for some reason, but usually I interpret it as, well, truth would make sense, honestly. Interpret it as expressing yourself, using your voice in whatever way you feel called to another person, through journaling, writing, whatever works for you right now, whatever also feels safe too, if that is relevant, because you deserve a safe space to process how you feel and what you are going through. So it's very clear to me a theme that I'm seeing is communication. And it's very important, to be honest. The Eight of Cups in reverse is showing a resistance to letting go of someone or something. And this could be someone in your present reality, could be someone or something from the past that you haven't completely found closure with. The Three of Wands is about expanding, really, really looking at how far you've come with an opportunity that you're passionate and excited about. Maybe you've done some planning, some preparation, figured out what your priorities are. Now it's time to expand. You could have had made difficult decisions as well, as we all do at times. Looking at these cards combined, resistance to finding closure, peace with something, and expansion. Maybe this resistance is distracting or working against you in some way that you're excited about growing or expanding. And this doesn't have to be your own feelings. This could represent somebody else's resistance too. Emotionally, it feels like something could potentially stand in your way or hold you back or just make you distracted or make you fall off track or just something that is just not helpful to hold on to. Honestly, it feels good though. Like maybe there's a recognition that something here is not working because somebody's mindset, their feelings, their belief systems is somehow just not supporting them in the way that actually feels right. Feels like somebody here may be willing to change their mind. Things are complicated, but there's a willingness to talk and a need, really, to focus on mental health, because cups are all about emotions, And somebody here is really struggling to let go of something or someone emotionally. Whoever this is, I really encourage them to give themselves the space and the time that they need to understand how they feel, where the resistance is coming from, where the emotions are coming from. Because you can't fix a problem if you don't understand what the problem is. You can't treat an illness if you don't know what the symptoms are leading to, type of thing. And again, there's really a strong connection here to somebody's ancestors. And this really being bigger than you. Needing to communicate out of truth. Communicate honestly, not only for practical reasons, but also for spiritual reasons. Just some very interesting energy. Let's go ahead and get another one of these cards over here from this box. We have the Moon in reverse. On one side, it says the number 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. Purpose. Help the world release what no longer works. There's a lot of purpose in finding closure with something. And I really want to highlight here, especially the wisdom, the awareness, how much more conscious it makes you. The other side says confusion, fear, misinterpretation. Maybe you feel like you're misinterpreting readings or misinterpreting someone's intention. There's just this idea of confusion because of fear. It also says can't see the truth, can't separate illusion from reality. This actually reminds me of the 7 of Cups, which is before the 8 of Cups, not being able to discern between what's real and what isn't. So it really does feel like bringing truth into this situation within yourself as well as maybe with somebody else outside of yourself could bring a lot of clarity or maybe even a better sense of direction. I honestly wouldn't believe I also wouldn't be surprised if it would also help you or somebody else feel less fearful. The Moon card itself really is about navigating a difficult, uncertain situation. Scary even. And the only way to find light amongst all this darkness is within yourself. And I say that because I often associate the High Priestess card in Tarot with the Moon card, because even the Hermit card as well, because the Hermit card is really about introspection, and the High Priestess is about your intuition. And especially because I saw the number 111 on the timer just now, about having trust and faith. It seems clear here that you, somebody else, maybe more than one person, needs to spend more time reflecting inward to really understand what your intuition is trying to tell you, what your instincts are trying to tell you. This fear. I always say anytime fear comes up in a reading, it's very important to discern if it's trying to limit you or protect you. Is it trying to limit you and you're just afraid of what you don't know, the unknown? Or is it trying to protect you and you are recognizing a familiar pattern? Let's go ahead and draw out the last card here from these index cards to start wrapping up this reading here. So I have song lyrics from the song Bloodshot by Sam Tinnez, Tinnez. I do want to show you the bottom of the deck too. It says allow yourself to grieve, for sure, with this 8 of Cups here. The song lyric says, I can't wrap my mind around why. And speaking of evil, why evil exists, why me? Why is life so difficult? If God existed, if the universe was really listening, why do all of these bad things keep happening? And it really all comes down to free will. It may be important for somebody here to acknowledge that the universe cannot control human free will. That's where our own power lies. The universe is very powerful, but so are we. Just like we have things that we can't control, the universe has things that it can't control. Or whatever life force, God, whatever you want to call this being that we all a lot of us seem to agree exists. And I saw the number 333. I don't know if I saw the number before, but number 3. I know I saw it here, but 333 specifically. Just saw number 345, to trust that everything happens for a reason. Number 3 is about using your voice, expressing yourself, taking an opportunity to heal and to grow. I feel like you're really being called to express yourself, to use your voice, to clear the air for a reason. You can't wrap your mind around why, then look inward. Trust yourself. And interestingly enough, the Hermit card has the number 9 on it. There's really so much purpose in what you're going through right now. You just have to find it if you don't already see it, and you can't find it if you don't give yourself the space and time to look, to introspect. Just saw the number 444 on the timer. Yeah. And again, past loved ones are really, really present. Really do want you to find the answers that you need within you, especially if you feel like it could be holding you back from expanding, or just not really something nice to carry along with you into whatever you're trying to build. Overall, this reading has called for you to have trust, have faith, take an opportunity to learn, to grow, to become wiser, to become more aware, more awake. That's what this healing is going to give you. It's going to give you knowledge and wisdom that you can really, really, really benefit from in ways that money and resources cannot help you. For sure. There's been a lot of focus here as well on a sense of purpose, whether you feel it or you know what it is, or you feel called to find it. Really, really pay attention to this reading, to these messages, to your intuition. And know that whatever or whoever you feel called to let go or find closure with that you may be resisting, it is bigger than you. This fight, the willingness to let go, to walk away from this devilish energy, is bigger than you. We have a lot of cards on the table. This feels so complicated, but I want to learn more. And I hope that you are willing to take your mental health more seriously, or somebody else is willing to take their mental health more seriously and to give themselves more of the love and the respect that they deserve to have from themselves. And your ancestors do acknowledge how difficult this is, but it means something. It's difficult for a reason. There's something here to learn and to share. It's very clear that someone or something needs to be released. It's very clear that someone here is going through a scary situation, an uncertain situation, and that the only answers you're going to find are going to come from within. The only answer to your question about why is going to come from within. I saw the number 654. Trust that everything happens for a reason. If you really want to know the spiritual reason of why you are going through what you're going through, only you can discover that or define that for yourself. I like to say when we're being called to trust that everything happens for a reason, I believe that reason, the universe could either reveal it to us if we ask, or if it feels like we need that to be revealed to us. We could define that reason ourselves, or we could just trust that we don't have to know that reason. We don't have to waste our time and our energy, trying to discover all of the answers of the universe in one night. It's okay to not know. And it's okay to experience fear. And I really encourage you to approach this fear with an open mind and an open heart, to really understand where it's coming from, what it's trying to teach you, what it's trying to tell you, and maybe even how it's trying to distract you.